Hey everyone, it's Michael from Fire and Brilliance, and this is episode 3 of Spilling the Tea with F&B. And today's episode specifically will be one that actually comes very near and dear to all of us here because it's going to be about our mission statement video. Sid, when I was originally thinking about a mission statement, a mission statement to me anyway is a company's purpose, a company's mission, obviously, a
Yes.
company's call to action as to what are they in the market for, what do they provide, what kind of services, what kind of products do they provide, and what is their purpose of providing the services and products, right? So I took a lot of time to think about it, and obviously because I didn't want to just throw something out there and make it meaningless. I really wanted to put a lot of thought into it, only because it's really going to be a true reflection of who we are as a company here at Fire and Brilliance and what we represent. So with that said, that's why it's extremely important to me. And when I had thought about it, I went through many of what we do here, many of the products of what we sell here and the services that we provide here, and I wanted to really differentiate us from just being any other typical jewelry business, right? And I know that I have a discussion with you all the time about this. I don't want to just be one of those companies that will show off our jewelry and just buy, come to us because we sell it for faster, cheaper, better. I wanted to provide more meaning behind the product that we represent, because it's a true reflection of who we are. So when people wear our jewelry, they can understand what they're truly wearing rather than just a jewelry piece alone. With that said, so at the end of the day, what does that entail? Well, I thought about it. We focus here at Fire and Brilliance primarily selling jewelry, catered primarily on lab-created gemstones and moissanite, specifically moissanite, almost a lot of moissanite, right? And what does that represent to me? What that represents to me, and I've said this many times in the past in my other videos, even on a few of the episodes here, even though this is only episode 3, is that it provides options. And it provides options to the modern world, to the modern people, that there is more than just the traditional route. That people should be educated, that there's more than just the way of doing things of yesteryear. That there is more to be able to weigh out the pros and cons. It doesn't necessarily mean one is right or wrong, but why not think about the options that are available to you, especially if it doesn't sacrifice the beauty, if it doesn't sacrifice the durability, the looks, the feel, and just the overall symbolism of what jewelry represents, right? Just to really conclude, the mission statement video that we had made is really truly for the modern people of all race, of all sex, of all genders, of all preferences, right? And it's really to provide the option that is currently available, and to not just stick to the status quo.
What values did you want to incorporate inside of the mission statement video? What did you want to address there?
That's exactly what it is. I think what I value with what we had created, and mind you, we actually worked on this for a very long time.
Very long.
Yes.
Very long time.
Very long time. We actually have a mission, basically mission statement on our website, right, which is a small indicator of what the video actually represents as a whole. But we worked on this, I would say, for almost about 2 years before we came out the actual video. Realistically, when we actually started working on it, we probably spent almost a whole year on it. Initially, we wanted to release the video in September of 2017, but because that was also during the time when we had launched all of our Fab Stones, right?
Right.
Our own Fire and Brilliance Moissanite. That took a lot of our time, and then in addition to the holidays around the corner in September, I mean, a lot of people that may not know the jewelry business is very busy during the holidays.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So
Isn't that proposal season?
yeah, proposal season.
I know. I
the
guess proposal
holidays, I
season's
mean,
year round,
Yeah.
but
Right.
most of the time it's around the holidays.
Yeah, they want to make it special, and
Yeah.
it makes sense, right? It makes
Right, it's
complete
it's
sense.
the time of year where you
Uh-huh.
kind of reflect on what happened, like
Mhm.
for the rest of the time that you, I don't know, spent with your partner for the rest of the time, all the way up until the end of the year. You're just reflecting on what major things happened, where can you go from here,
Right.
where can you progress, what is the next step?
Right, absolutely. And so, and during that time, the edited clips of the video, I was not completely satisfied with it just yet. So I didn't want to rush into it, even though there was a hard deadline on it. So then we had delayed it, and I think we really launched it, obviously with the help of our production team, you, myself, Brian, EJ, and obviously someone else that is no longer with us. But we concluded we were able to bring all of this together in March, I believe, of 2018. So for those that are listening to us on podcasts, if you do want to watch the mission statement video, then definitely check it out on YouTube. We have a new playlist. It's also called Spilling the Tea with F&B, and that will be linked at the end of this episode.
Spilling the tea on multiple platforms.
Right. So I think I kind of went far on a tangent there. I apologize. You had mentioned
No, it's fine.
what exactly are the values that I believe in terms of what I wanted to incorporate in this mission statement video.
Yeah, what was important for you to address here?
What's extremely important to me is, I had to take a step back and think about the people that actually purchase our jewelry and how what they purchase from us and how it affects their life, right? Based on the market and all the indicators, it indicates that most people that actually get married are usually in their mid-20s to mid-30s, especially in the U.S. anyway, right? It may change and varies from country to country, culture to culture, and so on. But here in the U.S., it's about 25 to 35 years, mid-30s, mid-20s to mid-30s. Now, what I was thinking to myself is, people around this age, I mean, what are they going through in their lives? Right? Most people are just out of college, have a whole bunch of student loans, potentially have a lot of student loans, a lot of debt, with no indicator of where their future income will arise. Because most people that graduate out of college, or many people, which I can't say most, but many people that graduate out of college do not have anything lined up in terms of a career path, in terms of a job, or what have you. So I was just, and I could relate to that because I used to be in the same shoes, right?
Yeah.
I could totally relate, right? And then on top of that, if these people are getting married or thinking about getting married in their mid-20s or mid-30s, that are going through this process in their lives, it's a very stressful time. It's probably one of the best times in people's lives because you're going through that adulthood and you're finding yourself and all those things, but at the same time, it's also a stressful time because of all the pressures, social pressures, and things that society expects you to have. You should have this career, you should have this house, you should have this car, you should have this, wife.
Cue the quarter life crisis.
Right? And so I mean, with that said, it's just a lot to think about. And if they are going to propose, what is the first step of proposing? Usually it's to buy a ring, right? And if they are in a situation where they are facing these scenarios, why are I guess to me anyway, why are the options not something that they're entertaining or being educated about or learning about or reaching out to people to see what other options are there? Because to me personally, right, this is a subjective point of view, personally, jewelry to me, regardless if it's made of plastic, gold, silver, it's a symbolism of love. It's truly a symbolism. So sometimes, a lot of times people's been marketed to so much that it's been instilled in their mind that they have to get a diamond ring, And diamond rings, let me tell you, are not cheap. And this is not to knock on diamond rings, because a lot of people may not know, here at Fire Brilliance we do sell diamonds as well. We just don't market as much, but when people reach out to us to buy diamonds, yes, we do sell diamonds as well. Okay, so this is not coming from a biased point of view whatsoever. What I'm saying is there are options out there that people should, figure out to see what suits their life, suits their personality, suits the symbolism that they want to represent, and because that should be important to them, what makes them happy. That's really what's important at the end of the day. So those were the values that I wanted to incorporate into the mission statement video. It's truly happiness, and the script that I had written, there's a word that I use quite often, free, to be free of ideas and be free of a lot of, and just to gain the freedom of individuality without worrying about what other people may think of oneself is so important, because I believe that that's a true freedom of expression, not only in terms of what people do think about their future, but also at the same time that symbolism of love, which is at the end of the day a piece of jewelry that you want to use to propose to.
Right, yeah, we shouldn't be limited, I would use that word, to describe this, because I think a lot of times we're stressed out so much by all of this weight on our shoulders, and we should really just be thinking about what we like and be able to shop what we like and not be limited to what we can afford.
Absolutely.
Well, I kind of just wanted to get some insight from the person that actually joined our team, that was around the time that we were trying to come up with this mission statement video. So he had no idea about our company, what we stood for and everything. So this was kind of just an introduction for him as well, to what we stand for. And he is actually one of the people filming us right now. And his name is Brian. And he basically
shout out
told
to
me,
Brian.
yes, Brian. Do you hear him? He's joined in by EJ, who I will mention later, also filming us. They were really great. He basically wanted to best visually represent your vision for the mission statement video and for the overall product to cater to the many different audiences that you wanted this video to speak to. And I would say that's everyone.
Absolutely.
Basically, no limiting of labels, those overcoming adversity, student debt, student loans. And the setting takes place in the past. I mean, I believe, I'm in the video, and I play one part of a lesbian couple who, until 2015, could not propose to her girlfriend. Two of the couples casted in this video actually met that day. So it was just such an honor to play a role that was so pivotal at that time. The fact that the emotions captured in that video, I feel like were as authentic that I can get, to being so happy for same-sex couples, for being able to allow people that just want to be in love, and that speaks a lot for, what we want to be able to provide is not just options because of, diamond, moissanite, whatever. It's options because you can choose what you love, and you can just go for it. And we're here to support that no matter what. We're all for love. Oops, I just banged the mic. And I basically had a little bit of the creative directing around the mission statement video, the vision and everything. And I wanted the grouping to be very much reflected with our multifaceted audience. So much progress has happened in society, but we have so long to go to get where we need to be, where we're past everything. We're past all of these judgments. And we wanted to cater to the needs of interracial couples, LGBTQ plus community, those having to deal with student loans and other adversities and hardships such as long distance. The cast is made up of friends of team members that met the same day, but it all felt very organic, natural. We definitely had to be very careful around branding to avoid copyright issues and everything like that, and that's what kind of like took long to kind of make it so that everything is consolidated the way that we wanted to consolidate it. I mean, I believe our team here has a few members, including myself, that identify as part of the LGBTQ plus community. I have a Mexican American boyfriend, and I've been raised by incredibly traditional Asian parents. I was really only allowed to date my own kind for a while. EJ has a girlfriend who is long distance, but they make it work, you know? And also, the fact that you and Linda were in the video, who, you know, like, you both did not want to be in the video to begin with. You guys are really uncomfortable being in front of the camera, ironically, because we see Michael all the time in the F&B Geminar. And when we saw you on there, like, it was definitely something that we had not known when Brian had scripted up, like, the guidelines for which, you know, what each cast member is supposed to play as a role. We had no idea that you and Linda actually had the same, you know, dynamic as the cast members that, the role that you were playing, which is that you had a long distance relationship. You had to deal with that when you went to GIA, and then she had to raise the kids. And so we definitely feel like our team represents who we're catering to as an audience as well.
Because that's what we are. We're part of the population, right? We are part of this world. We are part of society. We are part of the everyday life. We're just regular people, right? And
we're just like you guys.
And well, we are. So we can relate, and we want to be able to spread that message and spread that love and spread the fact that, hey, you know, we definitely understand there are different circumstances, and obviously we wouldn't be able to make a 10-minute video and portray every single adversity there is in this world, but we tried to at least hit on the main points and basically say that, hey, you know, these things make sense. But you know, let me take a step back and basically say that at first, you know, I just really casted my vision and said, hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking about. This is what I want to do. And really, to be honest with you, after that, it was you, Brian, EJ, who really took on the project and really brought it to light. You know, obviously there are a few tweaks and edits here and there about what I wanted to put in and out. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think, you know, I'm super proud of what we had created in terms of the video. I think it turned out beautifully. I think the music was very touching. I think it all just really, really just it was wonderful how it ended, basically. And as soon as I saw the final clip, I knew that was it. You know, it's time to be released, and that's who we are, and that's what we represent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long exactly did this take? Because I know that you mentioned that we planned it for September, and then we basically launched it around March, and that was like I think that was because our Fab Moissanite line came in, and we had to like get ready for that launch in the middle of that. And
well, we planned it for September. We really started working on it, I would say, probably the beginning of 2017, when the other member that, you know, is no longer with us, we were working together on that. But even before that, this is an idea I've had for probably about 2 years almost. You know, even working with you on the mission statement on our website. That was like 3 years ago.
Took a while to formulate, guys.
It was a constant thing on my mind constantly, because I wanted to form an identity of who we are as Fire and Brilliance, and again, not just any jewelry company that we're just trying to sell you things, and once you get in the door, get out the door, and that's it as a transaction. We're not trying to make it a transaction. We're trying to
give you value.
Yeah, more value, and just really show the world that there are people behind Fire and Brilliance. The people make up the business, and the business make up the products, and the product represents this mission. And that's what I believe, and I believe that's what we all believe. So, and I think that really came to fruition, and that really showed in the video when I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you touched up on our Fab Moissanite line earlier, and how it kind of ties into our vision here at F&B, where we just want to provide as many options as possible. Can you talk about those in a little bit of detail?
Yeah, so the reason why there was a delay on the mission statement video in September was because we did launch our Fab Moissanite line. So for those of you that don't know Fire and Brilliance, we do have our own Moissanite line, actually 3 different collections from our vintage collection called the Heirloom Moissanite, right, to our Crushed Ice collection, which is called the First Crush Moissanite, to even our Hearts and Arrows Moissanite, which is called the Cupid Moissanite, right, all from Fire and Brilliance. And the reason why I had the reason why we worked so hard to launch these cuts, it's because, first and foremost, I want to say that Charles & Colvard we've been a big advocate of Charles & Colvard. We definitely, a huge fan. We've been selling Charles & Colvard Moissanite for many, many, many years, and we love their Moissanite. It's just over the years, many of our customers or fans or followers have asked us, can we cut this specific cut, or this shape, or this size, or this specific millimeter, or this custom cut, or a skinny cut, or Hearts and Arrows in a different shape other than a round, right? So there's just like, what it is we're creating options. That's what we did. We created options, and we basically opened up a brand new market, if you will, for the Moissanite sector, so that it ties right back to our mission video. There are options for everyone of different tastes and preferences. So we wanted to make sure that we fulfilled that, because not everyone's going to want a round brilliant cut. They may want a Hearts and Arrows cushion, or they may want a skinny Crushed Ice, which is the First Crush, right? So then it won't limit their choices.
And these are cut by diamond cutters.
Yeah. So the difference between what we do and many other I can't speak on other companies, but what we do here specifically is that many of our cuts are cut by specifically diamond cutters, not just Moissanite cutters, but people that have been in the profession, in the business for a long time, that actually mine diamonds from the earth, but they're also cutting our Moissanite as well.
All right. Well, that basically sums up our mission statement video.
So if you are again listening to the podcast, definitely check out our playlist on YouTube. It's called Spilling the Tea with F&B. The end of episode 3, there will be a link to the video. Okay, so if you want to check it out, give us a shout out. At the same time, if you've been subscribed or if you've been watching us for a while and you really like what we do here, if you believe in what our mission is, if you believe in what we are trying to do to educate people about the jewelry world, not just for those that want to buy jewelry, but for people that actually are interested in the business, or for hobbyists, or for people that just love the business, and just like me and a lot of people here. This is for you guys. So the biggest compliment that you can do, subscribe to our channel, go on IG, hit up Sid, follow her. Right at Fire and Brilliance.
I am Fire and Brilliance.
And just
I'm not in a cult, I promise. I'm not.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah.
So just definitely support us. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. We do definitely respond back as soon as possible. So again, thank you so much, and I will see you.
Wait, before I cut you off.
Okay.
Michael is on Instagram with more of a personal account. He shares sneak previews. He shares a little bit of his personal life.
Mhm.
And so give him a follow also at Michael_FNB. Okay?
That is right. I just
Yes.
started the account. I do handpick many of the gemstones that are sent out here. So a lot of times I will show these handpicked stones, which are absolutely stunning. So if you want to ever check it out, just follow me at Michael_FNB, N as in Nancy, B, on Instagram. All right?
Yep.
So, all right. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.